I've been away from home a lot recently, and something that has become a nighttime staple for me is anime. And I've been thinking a lot about the ways in which opera and anime share very similar aesthetic values. Opera and anime are both inherently outlandish. In opera, people are singing the entire time, and in both art forms, people behave in extreme ways, wearing their hearts on their sleeves and having seemingly outsized reactions throughout the course of conversation. Opera is guided to this form by music. Characters exist, yes, in a reality portrayed in the mise-en-scène, but also in the fantastical world of music. While opera got its start in 1607, many of the most beloved operas were written in the late 18th century onward. In that time, there was a German movement called Sturm und Drang, which in many ways was a progenitor of Romanticism. In the aesthetic of Sturm und Drang, powerful emotion is center stage. Artists believe that not only should powerful, turbulent emotion drive art, but it should overwhelm the audience and leave them in a state of awe. I think this movement really came to inspire some of the most iconic operas even outside of the German repertoire. Take this moment from Puccini's Tosca, for example. Even though these characters are speaking about something real, it is the music that drives them to sing what they say in the heightened way that they do. We feel the terror in the horns and the climb of the soprano's melody. In anime, characters are often literally living in fantastical worlds. In My Hero Academia, everyone has superpowers. In Black Clover, everyone has magic. In Sailor Moon, stunning women save the world in style. Anime embraces an aesthetic where characters have an enormous emotional range. The aesthetics of that animation, therefore, follow a bigger is better heuristic. There are often big heart eyes or wide screaming mouths. What's beautiful about this, though, is that the grandiosity of expression allows the work to reveal beauty in sadness and grief, or as is often the case, never giving up in the face of adversity.
I won't give up!
Opera, too, uses music as its weapon in order to embroider emotions of grief or joy in sumptuous or languid or thrilling tones. So, who cares that these two art forms are seemingly strange bedfellows? I've always found the emotion in opera, that Sturm und Drang that you see in so many of the pieces, to be aspirational. Through the power of unabashed music, Tosca can express her grief at the apparent torture of her lover Mario. Anime lives in the same emotional power, and it isn't ashamed of it. We, as practitioners of this art that has survived the erosion of time, shouldn't be ashamed of it either. In fact, anime's audience continues to grow. Yes, it's true that you can watch anime from the comfort of your own home, and to get to the theater, it does cost you your time and your money. But Nicole Kidman said it best.
We come to this place for magic.
We fear sometimes that opera is losing its audience. We worry that people won't get it, that its aesthetic can be too much. I think that we don't give audiences, especially young ones, enough credit. They want to feel powerful emotions too. Anime's rise in popularity speaks to the genuine hunger for unapologetic authenticity on the verge of hyperbolic. Anime, like opera, is aspirational. In embracing opera's strangeness, we can harness its power, and strangely, in opera's milieu of foreign languages and sometimes antiquated stories, opera's brilliance speaks for itself. I was in rehearsal the other day, and a dancer who stayed behind to watch Act 3 of Turandot. I am very sure that he did not know what anyone was singing, but I could tell from the look on his face that the unfolding drama, supported by the stirring music and the powerful voices, was really moving him. And I think that this aesthetic power is best summarized in a quote from Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.